Hi, my name is Ayça. I'm a creative technologist, and today we will build an AI assistant together. About what and why today and why am I here? So these are really good questions. There is an event called Tech Makers in the Netherlands. Now I'm in Amsterdam, next to Oyster Park, and people like 30, 60 people, I know my numbers, building things with AI, with European AI. I don't know if I will use any European AI in today's prototype because of the learning curve, obviously. Maybe I should use Mistral, I don't know. And people will build something, and I will build something too, which is about jazz beginner assistant, jazz assistant. We will find the name later down the road. Uh, I don't know if I like jazz. It's too chaotic for me, but I know that I love blues. It's amazing. That's like something like in Turkish there is türkü. Türkü in European or Western terms it's blah blah. So it has the feeling. Usually there is a person who is suffering and has music. I love it. It's very human. But with jazz, it feels too random, and I don't know if I like random stuff. And I have some questions about jazz. For example, when I listen a music from uh, Chet Baker, is this the only version that he says I fall in love too easily? So if he were living and we go to a concert, will he have the same music or it will be improvised always? I have some questions. I don't know anything about this, and I will create an AI assistant about this. So enough yapping, and now we will start building it. The thing is, it's not too complex to create a prototype with AI. Most of the things doesn't really require coding at this moment. The problem is about this prototype. Not a problem. I will need to be more cautious about my source of data. Where is it coming from? So I already claimed that. So this is an educational video. Do not try to sue me. I will try to do my best and you will see how will I build it, okay? So the first thing we need to check is that since I don't know anything about jazz music, a few months ago or maybe a year ago, I asked people, why do they like jazz? I don't understand. And so many people on the internet replied to my thread. I don't know what it's called also. Something, my sentence. They replied things. And some of the people sent me YouTube videos, and this was a prototype that I was thinking about building for a very long time, and I thought, okay, today is the right day to listen some music because I will be feeling like I'm working, but I will listen music all day. That's really good. So I will first check, so let's say, the source of data. Where does it coming from? Can these people be, let's say, I'm thinking out loud at this moment and all the way on this video. Let's say I met you in person and I ask, what's your favorite museum? And you send me an answer. And then I create an AI assistant about museums. And I don't exactly say that, oh, this person's favorite museum is this. And it's a very personal thing, I believe. My favorite museum in Amsterdam is House Marseille. I think it's okay to paraphrase it. For example, people will say said things about, you should listen this. I like jazz music because of this. Or there were some very angry people I don't know why they are angry about it, but they try to insult me that, oh, I don't have any good intelligence because I'm not capable of enjoying jazz, whatever. Many people on internet has a lot of things. So what I say is that I think if I paraphrase the idea, what I learned from it, since I am not artificial intelligence, I am a biological intelligence, it's okay to use what I learned. Because, for example, there are companies in the world learning things from world and writing reports and selling them, or they're called consultants. So I think that's okay to use that. But for this to be noted, it should be like legal stuff. So I need to check terms and conditions of threads. I will check, but in any case, I will not use directly. I will process it in my brain and build my prototype accordingly. So I will check the legal stuff. That is the first thing. The second thing is I think I need a very long spreadsheet because I will be creating on the go and I will be learning stuff, creating new information, and this should be clean documentation. So one of the good, really important thing that you should do, clean documentation. If I get bored at some point and I decide not to build this further because maybe no one is interested or no one is funding for me to create this thing, if you know a jazz lovers society who can give me some budget to execute this, that's good. Let me know. Another person should be able to, if they're interested, go on with this. I can sell my information. That's how this innovation works. Okay. I'm saying these out loud because when I started, so very personal things. Now 7 minutes already. The people who doesn't care left already. So my mom is a teacher. Was a teacher. She retired. My father was also working for government. Blah blah. They are both retired, and they never had any kind of entrepreneurial stuff. And when I started after engineering, I tried to find a way for me to have a business that was really complex for them, and it was really complex for me because I never had an example about these executions before me. I needed to learn. So today I'm doing this also. If you don't have any example around how do people build things, I learned a few things, then I will explain these. So this is how startups works. You have an idea, you create an MVP, that means minimum viable product, and find customers who can pay for it, or some people has a lot of money to invest on this idea and then execute it. So for second, so 0, legal stuff. 1, clean documentation. That's really important because at some point, hopefully, you will not be the only person who is trying to build this. So that means you need something to be communicating on. Or you need to have a vision deck for this to be presented. Okay? These are the first step. And the second step is, in general, I'm making up the second step at this moment. So, yeah, MVP. I think it's it. Yes, we will have a prototype. We will show people that I have something working. I have something working. And people seeing is believing. When people see that, oh, I can use it, that's great. That's already a product. And third, making it sustainable. So after I think today I can see it. Today, right now. It's 11:30, 11:32 to be exact. And I think I will have 4 hours to build this. We will see what will happen. Time to time I will open the camera and talk. This will be my studio for today. And yeah, good luck to me. So third step is making it sustainable, making people believe in the idea and have a business, blah blah. It's the later part that you shouldn't worry about because you didn't build anything at this moment. Okay, have a nice day. We will change the music industry today. Okay, bye bye. Hi, it's 12:22. It's been 50 minutes. I've been listening some music and taking notes down. At first, I checked the terms of use. Then there was GDPR stuff happening, and there were some button about there is a dedicated website. Do you want to read it? Yes, great. I want to try that, and there was a transparency center, and it asks me to accept all the cookies. And then when you click on learn more, it does not allow me to, like, it just gives me the cookies policy. There is no alternative, and then I stopped at that point. I'm not sure if it's possible to read that page. It says terms of use says that it's probably fine because of the AI overview of Google. It says Threads, Meta's text-based conversation app, has specific terms of use that users agree to using when signing up, and terms govern how users can interact with the platform, what actions is prohibited, key aspects of restriction on commercial exploitation, introducing harmful technology or circumventing content protections. So I'm not sure if it's, for example, commercial exploitation. Users cannot use threads for any commercial purposes. Isn't the whole point of internet using at this moment commercial stuff? I don't know. There are many brands accounts in the threads. I don't understand this. It makes sense to prohibit the harmful technology, introducing viruses, malware, or other harmful software. The system is strictly forbidden. Okay, good. And in the data scraping, automated tools like robots, spiders cannot be used to extract data or information from threads. Okay. And sharing credentials, sharing login information with others is not allowed. So I don't know if what am I building is allowed at this moment. So far I didn't use any of the information there. I haven't checked the thread either. What did I do for the past 50 minutes? Did I say it already? I've been listening to music. There was a curated list for me for jazz. It's 23 hours. I got overwhelmed after 50 minutes. What happened is that, for example, okay, I started a conversation with ChatGPT and said, is Chet Baker doing jazz or blues? I knew the answer, but still starting the conversation. And it says, Chet Baker is an iconic American jazz trumpeter and vocalist known for its contributions to the West Coast jazz scene in the 50s. His smooth lyrical trumpet style, soft voice made him stand out in figurine jazz. I really like that also he's somehow fragile, but he says, like, if I say something bad to him, he would get really sad. Like, he has fragile music, I don't know. It's, I don't want to say fragile, but okay, never mind. Vulnerable, yeah. He has an emotional vulnerability that connects very well. And there were more information about him. Then I asked the question. I don't understand one thing. Is jazz is randomly performed. Let's say I cannot listen the same music again. If it's composed or created beforehand, if I listen to live jazz music, can I hear the same song again? But if it's recorded, are they previously decided? I don't know. So then it explained me about the types of jazz, recorded jazz, composed improvised jazz, perception of recorded jazz. Once jazz is recorded, it's fixed version of that performance, live and recorded. So for my understanding, I think it's when it's recorded, it somehow solidifies it, but another person can do the same music in a different way if they like to do it. But then there is the copyright thing. For example, if I'm a jazz musician and make a song and then another person wants to perform, but they do it differently. I think this case is really interesting to discuss because it feels like a little bit AI, but not exactly. We are questioning what is creativity, what is İngilizcesi neydi? Kelimenin Türkçesini de unuttum. I forgot both in English and Turkish. What is authenticity? What belongs to you? What makes you creative? What makes you create stuff? So never mind. For the past 50 minutes, I've been listening Chet Baker, Louis Armstrong, and I love Nina Simone. I listened her music before, and what I like about is that she feels deeply and cares. And Louis Armstrong is really good, obviously, and I like that how he makes people feel things. And about other people, I've listened Ella Fitzgerald, and I couldn't come up to the where she sings. For the first 45 minutes, seconds, there was a lot of trumpet and it was too much. And then obviously Fly Me to the Moon is really classic. But we didn't eliminate Ella. I will listen Misty, Cry Me a River, or Black Coffee. I will check these. I did not yet. So this, towards the end of the conversation, I realized that this list is 21 hours. So it's too much. But I checked quickly who I know. I know Nat King Cole. I love My True Carry Love. I listened it before. I asked, is it jazz? It's jazz pop crossover, it says. And so now we have 2, 4, 7 people or 6 people. And in general, my emotional jazz pattern is soft, dreamy, emotionally honest jazz with space to breathe. It sums up really good. Yes, I like feeling things. I don't like too much randomness. So the problem statement of this MVP, this prototype, is so we are having a lot of personalized stuff, and we at some point we assume that I like what you like, and we don't talk about it. I think the problem is we don't talk about what we like and we don't share the music like we used to do. People were making CDs, cassettes to each other. That was an act of care to another person, and we would have something to talk about and share together. And I think this separation, this isolation made the people, society very polarized. We assume that we are all having the similar vibe of enjoying things just because we are in the similar places. I believe people should share music more. So I have a video project about this called My Imaginary Radio Random, and I share music there. It does not mean that. Okay, we will talk about it later. So the problem statement is that we are too isolated, too polarized, and we don't share music. And this can be a way for an individual, in this case, I follow my curiosity to understand jazz further, an assistant, and I need to give a data set, give an information to AI assistant to be generating new information when a person interacted with it. What am I trying to say? I act like I know everything. When you are creating an MVP, you need to build it with confidence. That's how you get investment to your projects. And I didn't figure out everything about having a startup. But what I learned from earlier, let's say, pitches, when I was 19, I was working in a startup, and they had already a project, and then I created a sub-project, and then it became the main project of the company. And what I learned from there, I was 19, and so I was a student. I was studying electronics engineering, and we had a pitch someday. And then it's not like school presentation. There will be a person across the table. It's better if you are on the other layout, I believe, who needs to understand you and trust in that it will be coming successful. Their time and investment needs to create some value for them. Maybe that solves a problem for them. I'm too much yapping. So the thing is, you need to be clearly explaining. What will happen now? I think I will read the people's suggestions and listen them and take notes down what I like to listen more than the others and start building the AI assistant. That's all. Have a nice day. We will see what happens. It will be... So now we are still in the clean documentation part. That's all. So I was going to keep working about listening more songs. Then there was a person sit here, just here. And then we've talked about what kind of music they do like. Why do they like it? And if a person sends them a link of a song, would they listen? And what was the last time they sent the music to their friends? And towards the end, we realized that they like to keep their messaging functional. So they don't like to send messages of songs to each other. And this can cause really big societal problems. What am I building? I'm not listening to anything. What am I building can save the world because we can understand each other better. So in general, he says that, okay, I like to keep my messaging functional, and it's totally different if we meet in person and then my friend opens the music That's a total different case. And yeah, but how does this work? Emotional jazz pattern is created by me, and there will be the assistant suggesting new songs. In the earlier part of the video, what I wanted to explain was you need to believe in the idea and explain it clearly and claim that it will solve all the problems in the world. So that's what I observed so far with the people who is successful. Let's keep listening more music. Maybe I will take a walk in the park and come back. It is 12:55 and it's been some time. I'm getting tired. The hours are 17:16 and in between I created this jazz assistant. What happened? So I had a very long chat with ChatGPT to create an prompt for this assistant to run on. In between, I got really sleepy because last night I slept at 2 o'clock and until that hour I painted. I don't regret. I would do it again. And now I have a really beautiful painting in my wall right now. And the other thing is, I had very interesting people around me to talk. So I went outside, we discussed metrics and Star Trek, blah blah. That was really enjoyable. And next door, there is an Frida Kahlo AI film, also exhibition stuff. That was really good. I was in VR to see some journey of her. It was really well done. It's next to Oyster Park. You should visit that place. I don't know the name. That's all. So at some point, let me talk about what is this finally, what happened. So I told you, in last year, September, I asked, can you please explain why do you like jazz? I don't understand. It feels so random. And this made people very angry. And then I didn't read all of them. After this video and before publishing the assistant, I will read all of them and listen more jazz music. Then I will create, what am I talking about? Okay, problem statement. We assume that we enjoy same music. We are too isolated, we are too polarized. We don't share music anymore. It was a form of care. Anymore. Let's add that. Now I'm making my pitch at this moment. In the past, let me know what you listen. So today I listened jazz music, I made an AI assistant, created new information, my emotional jazz pattern, which is, I will edit here, something like, what was it? It's in my phone, I will write it down. And talked with people. That's the best part of building anything with AI. One of the person I was talking, she just knew a lot of things about jazz and showed me lofi. It's similar to pop jazz, she says. Jacob Collier, Sungazer Sungazer is the group. I have no idea. Threshold, and it's a form of New York City jazz. It has interesting rhythms, and Tigran Hamasyan Jazz Shuga, and it says technically nerdy jazz, mathematical, and yeah, there are more. These are maybe a little bit more relatively contemporary jazz music stuff. I still don't know, and I really like that aspect of it. I really like being new to something. This is entertaining because I don't know anything about it, and I think having a beginner mindset is really good always, because you are creating new bonds in your, eventually it's making you more creative. Try new stuff. So it will be available very soon. And how did I build this is already in this video. But if you like to learn in a text form, how do I make AI assistants? I recently published an article called AI Assistant of a Recovering Screen Addict. You can find it on LinkedIn, Substack, or Medium. I think you should find it on Substack because I'm publishing on Substack at first. So in this article, I talk about what is Stitch Assistant and how do I create a. You can find the. I've been talking to AI too much. I forget to talk in human terms. Instructions of this AI assistant, so you can see the full instruction. I'm not sure if I want to share the jazz music assistant because maybe I turn this into a game. So if you have a favorite jazz music, for me to listen and note down my feelings about it, and then update this AI jazz assistant, that would be the best case to update this project. I'm not promising anything because it took already almost a year to build this, prototype it. So we will see. Maybe I listen, maybe I don't. But thank you for your patience. Thank you for watching this far, and hope you learned something about maybe AI assistant, maybe jazz, maybe how to build things with AI. Does not require all the time the building part. This best part is the thinking about the concept and having fun. I say this all the time. We collectively created so much data, and it's okay to have a little bit of innovation and fun at this moment in the human history, maybe. And then we would have no problems because we can communicate with each other, we can visualize things and say, oh, is this what you are trying to say to me? Or not. That's all. Enough talking. Have a nice day. The call to action is be kind to yourself and build something. Does not have to be perfect. Done is better than perfect.
Check